Hold on. I thought Manda had already moved on from Swizz Beatz cheating on her with Alicia Keys. Wasn't she the same person who was all cozy with them on the couch, acting like they were one big happy blended family?
I mean, we hang out with each other. We go to dinner together. Our family is one big, beautiful family. We're doing Thanksgiving. We're doing the holidays. We'll do a birthday celebration together. It is a beautiful partnership. I'm very, very proud of that. It's a real thing and it's possible.
Well, after seeing the three of them together, people have said it's nice that Mashonda loves her ex-husband's kids like her own. It's also great that she's found a way to get along with Alicia. However, what people don't think is so great is the whole happy family act they were putting on with all three of them. I mean, both Swizz and Alicia hurt that woman deeply, and Swizz caused so much emotional pain that it affected his own relationships. So seeing them try to make it seem normal is just wild. I think what really disgusts people is how Alicia and Swizz project this image of having the perfect relationship and life, when it all started with Alicia being a homewrecker and Swizz abandoning his family by cheating.
Homewrecker.
You never hear nothing bad about Alicia Keys.
Yeah, you do.
What do you?
Y'all just don't hear nothing about
it. I thought her record was pretty clean.
No. Not around with Swizz and not breaking up happy homes. Like, people are forgetting when she moved into Swizz and them's house to work on the music with him, he was still married to his wife, living in that same house.
Ooh.
And then she moved in while she was cool with the wife.
Right.
It's plotting to steal her husband to cover up the fact that she's a dyke and she had just got caught beating that girlfriend of hers up down there in Aruba somewhere or something like that.
Honestly, I'm not sure why they were sitting so close, but could this be Manda's way of keeping her friends near while keeping her enemies even closer? Because, seriously, tell me why. Rumor has it that she still has unresolved feelings about Alicia being a homewrecker, and apparently, she hasn't been shy about letting people know. Maybe it's because the person she's been protecting all this time is finally old enough to understand. It's clear that the only reason Mashonda went along with everything was because of her son with Swizz.
He wanted to know why I couldn't go see him at his dad's, and why can't his dad come over and see his bedroom at our house? It was really a wake-up call. Even if we don't want to for ourselves right now, we have to do it for him because he doesn't deserve it.
In her 2018 memoir, she admitted that she regretted publicly criticizing Alicia Keys, explaining that her actions were driven by her ego and a desire for validation. She also shared that they came to the realization that by reducing the tension between them, they could lessen the impact on their children. It seems that they even attended therapy together to figure out how to move forward and co-parent their kids in a peaceful way.
You know, I did the work on myself first. I connected more deeply with my son. And then it was time for me to rebuild the relationship with Swizz. And I reached out to him. I said, listen, we need to talk because...
How long had it been that you hadn't
Well, we got divorced in 2010. That first talk was probably around 2011.
Wow.
Yeah.
A long time.
It is. It was a good solid year and a half or so.
I never imagined we'd be circling back to discuss this messy love triangle, but here we are. So, let's dive right into it, shall we? To understand how this all began, let's rewind a bit. Alicia and Swizz were both born in New York and initially met through mutual friends when they were just teenagers. Now, according to Alicia herself, back then, she wasn't interested in Swizz at all. In fact, in her book More Myself, she wrote about how she felt about him at that time. She recalls attending various award shows and industry events, where she and Swizz would often cross paths. He'd show up in some flashy car, rolling deep with his Bronx crew and decked out in diamonds. Alicia didn't want anything to do with that lifestyle, or with Swizz. But as fate would have it, they crossed paths again years later when they worked on a music project together in 2008. This is when Alicia's opinion of Swizz started to change. As the two spent more time talking, Alicia began to see a different side of him. Beyond his baggy jeans and tattoos, she realized that there was a lot more depth to him. He was incredibly aware of the world around him, and that, according to Alicia, drew her in. Clearly, things progressed from there. Soon after, they became a couple, and based on what's been reported, Alicia essentially made her move on Swizz while he was still married to Mashonda. I know some might argue that no one can truly steal a man. He chooses who to be with. But Alicia's actions stirred up quite a bit of controversy. Allegedly, When the two began their secret relationship, Alicia made sure the media captured their intimate moments. She seemingly wanted Mashonda to know that they were together. Then, out of nowhere, in May 2010, Alicia and Swizz announced they were engaged and expecting their first child. To make things even more public, they tied the knot that same year in a private ceremony on the Mediterranean Sea. One thing is certain, though, Alicia and Swizz didn't wait for the divorce to be finalized before they started their relationship, and Mashonda was blindsided by the entire thing. In fact, Mashonda made it crystal clear when she wrote an open letter to Alicia. The trigger for her letter was a tweet from Alicia's account, where she asked, "Is it better to go with the choice that is smart or the choice that has spark?" Mashonda interpreted this as a reference to Alicia's relationship with Swizz and felt compelled to respond. In her letter, Mashonda opened up about how, after 2 years of trying to reach Alicia, she was met with nothing but selfishness and a lack of concern for her or her son. She wrote, "I was a fan of AK's last album. We were both signed to J Records, and I always kept up with her projects. I admired her talent until I found out she was possibly sleeping with my husband." Mashonda then went on to explain that the affair had been initially denied by both parties, only for it to be eventually confirmed months later. And I can already hear some of you thinking, why blame Alicia? You can't make someone leave their wife, right? Well, Mashonda made it clear that her marriage wasn't broken at that time. They were still trying to work through their issues and even planning to celebrate their 5th anniversary. So, when she discovered the affair, it shattered her. Her real issue with Alicia wasn't just that she helped tear apart a family, it was the audacity to make selfish remarks about love and relationships, even after knowing the situation. Mashonda continued by saying, "I feel that after a year and a half of you hiding this affair and acting like it doesn't exist, it's time to confront it now that you're being so open about it." She expressed the emotional pain that Alicia and Swizz caused her, explaining how devastating it was to learn about their affair. In her letter, Mashonda didn't hold back. She made sure to let Alicia know, "You know what you did. You know the role you played, and you know how you contributed to the end of my marriage. I asked you to step back and let me handle my family issues you helped create." Mashonda was clear that she never intended to call Alicia out this way, but after seeing Alicia's tweets, she felt she had no choice. Mashonda then went on to express that her biggest concern wasn't the affair itself anymore, but Swizz's relationship with their son and finding a way to work with Alicia for the sake of their child. She ended the letter with a plea for Alicia to be more realistic and considerate of the situation until her divorce was finalized, saying, "If you and my husband are meant to be together, then God bless you both. I hope you never have to experience what I've gone through." She concluded by offering advice. "If you two being together forever is the case, then we should find a way to get along for the sake of our son. After all, sparks can burn everyone. Be smart. Think about it. What if the shoe were on the other foot?" It was clear that Mashonda, despite the devastation, was doing her best to rise above it for the sake of their child. Even though she was clearly heartbroken, Mashonda chose to be the bigger person. She understood that the situation was bigger than just her emotions, it involved her son, and she wanted to make sure he had a healthy relationship with both of his parents. Despite the drama, Mashonda did her best to approach this difficult situation with grace and dignity, even though the circumstances were far from ideal.
I mean, I could just look at Kasim and he was struggling. You know, he was struggling.
Looking at you like, how's
mom? You know,
Yeah.
is mommy okay with this? It is up to us as parents to make it okay.
Right.
And I wanted his soul to be okay with it. And I told him, go sit. It's okay.
Were you okay though?
I wasn't okay.
You were not okay.
No, because I mean, come on. I'm human. I'm a woman.
Yes.
You know, it's not 100% natural to be okay with it until everyone is fully healed.
Yeah.
And at that stage, I was.
Manda has shared in multiple interviews how she and Alicia now co-parent in a peaceful and even supportive way. In one interview, she expressed how they often joke with each other, saying, "I'm so proud of us." She added, "We literally end almost every conversation, every meeting, with, 'I'm so proud of us. We love each other. And we express that to each other.'" She admitted that it might sound a bit like a Kumbaya moment, but they genuinely are proud of the progress they've made. Both women look around at the world and see how rare it is for ex-spouses and new partners to get along so well. We know what we came from, Manda continued, and we understand our purpose. Their mission is to give their children a positive legacy, and they want them to grow up seeing two parents who made things right, despite their past. We don't want to be old and gray and have them look at us like, you went through all this awful stuff and never fixed it. We want them to say, wow, our parents went through some tough things, but they fixed it, and they made it work for us. That's our purpose. Now, while Manda seems to have embraced this mature and peaceful approach, some people still question her true feelings. Many believe that she's just playing the bigger person, and deep down, she still carries some resentment toward Alicia for allegedly stealing her ex-husband. On the other hand, there are others who argue that Swizz was already involved with multiple women during his marriage to Manda, and Alicia simply became the one who stuck around. It's curious, isn't it? Why does Alicia take the brunt of the hate when Swizz's role in the affair is often overlooked? After all, he was the one who made the choice to cheat and leave his family. Alicia's reputation as a homewrecker definitely impacted her career. She faced backlash from the public, with some people not forgiving her for her part in the drama. It's hard to say how much of that hate was truly warranted, especially considering that she wasn't the one who was already in a committed marriage. She was, however, the one who stayed after the affair became public. And, despite how much people may blame her, Alicia has never truly spoken out about what happened, leaving the public to fill in the blanks. But what about Mashonda? Some may argue that now that her son is older, she has a different perspective on things. Does she still hold on to the anger and hurt from the past, or has time healed those wounds? Is it too late for her to express how she truly feels about what happened? After all, the situation was complicated, and it's clear that for a long time, Mashonda was focused on protecting her child and creating a stable environment. She may have pushed her personal feelings aside for his sake, but now that he's grown, is she ready to speak her truth? I don't know about you, but I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Mashonda truly let go of her feelings for her son's sake? Has she been playing the role of the bigger person all these years? Or is there still unresolved tension beneath the surface? Does Alicia deserve all the hate she gets, or should the blame be spread around? And most importantly, do you think it's too late for Mashonda to finally voice what she really feels about everything that's happened? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on this ongoing drama.